Suppose it would help if I unmuted myself, huh? Seuss is already going out in the catnip I left out for him. As you can see, this is a little bit of a different setup, including my hair, tonight, because we are trying something totally new. There is a lot right here, and I've never known I needed a bigger couch than right now. I am going to be trying something new tonight on stream. We are actually going to be mini painting. I was kind of talking about this. Someone had mentioned, one of my friends, when I was talking about streaming creative stuff on Fridays, asked if I ever wanted to do mini painting on stream. And I was like, yeah, but like most of my mini painting stuff usually sits in another room than my streaming setup. And I just didn't want to worry about that. But I got bored, and I actually just dug out my old GoPro to see if it was possible. So we'll see. I might have some technical difficulties. This will be the first time I'm using something other than just my webcam to capture everything that I have here. So I guess we will just go ahead and change over to the new scene that I had set up tonight. We got our mini painting scene right here. There's still Seuss in the background. Just adjust this a little bit. So yeah, on my pitifully small little end table tray here, I don't know how this is gonna go. If this goes well, we might do more of these mini painting streams. I just think it's kind of fun that way. We are going to be painting this little guy tonight, which is someone I printed. You can see actually right up there is the details of him. That's the render, and well, I was hoping he'd show up a little better on the GoPro, but he's a pretty decent print. His model name's the Asylum Keymaster. He's from the modeler Claymore Miniatures, who I have some stuff from on My Mini Factory, which is a model repository for 3D printing. I'm going to adjust the volume here a little bit, mostly just because I am further away from the mic tonight. Might adjust the mic too. Hopefully that'll help capture me a little bit better. But yeah, as you can see, I've done a little bit of work for him already. He's got kind of like this, again, I'm gonna have to figure out a good way to focus. He's got kind of like this gray mottled skin. I was thinking of him, so I don't really know like the lore or anything like that for the model. I always thought of him as kind of like to me he strikes me as like a, kind of like in the same vein as like Charon in the underworld, like a keymaster for the dead. And so to kind of reflect that, it's a little hard to tell, but here on the fingers and then there on the toes, I tried to make it look like it was like cold and dying flesh. So, you know, like the super gray and mottled flesh, as well as the cold flesh that would have like the blood pooling and congealing and stuff like that. So yeah, that's that. I have all these paints laid out here, and I hope I got enough for what we're going to do tonight. I don't know how much we're going to get done tonight, and I will just preface this by saying I am not a great mini painter. I just enjoy it. I think it's fun. I also rely way too much on speed paints, which is why you'll see I have this dry palette out here for the speed paints. And I do have my wet palette, but I don't know if I'm actually going to use that or not. And I brought all those out because I haven't quite decided what I want to do as far as like the color scheme goes. So this is kind of this whole thing. I painted the haft of this key silver already, but looking at it now, the way it's modeled, it almost should be kind of more so like a wood. It looks like wood, kind of the same texture as down here. So I might rebase that with a brown, which I have over here. So yeah, like I said, all I've done so far is pretty much some of the metallic pieces and the skin. Which those aren't totally done, but I'd like to get some like color everywhere else. I think I would like So I have this speed paint, this pallid bone, and that ends up looking pretty good on things like the ropes they have here, as well as like some of this cloth. And I think I'm going to use it for like this undercloth here, and then maybe for his skirt. And then I haven't decided what I want to do for his cape, his exterior cape here. He has a couple more straps up here. I'm also not painting in an ideal position because I'm trying to get you guys to, you know, see everything that I'm going to do. So we'll see how this turns out. We're just going to take it slow and see what we like. It's kind of just going to be a chill painting stream. So yeah, I think I'm going to start with the stuff that I know what I want. So like I said, that'll be the skirt and the kind of under tunic there in that pallid bone. And then we got a couple other things. I was thinking maybe purple cloak. I just like purple, but it also, you know, kind of belies like a royal status. King of keys, as it were, or something like that. I don't know. We'll just vibe, see what we like. Nothing wrong with painting a color you don't quite like, because you can always just go over it later. Or, in my case, 3D print the guy again, and come back to him. So I'm just gonna take a brush here. Again, I am hardly a skilled mini painter. I just think it's a lot of fun, so I'll just go right in. And if I need to adjust the camera or the sound at all, of course, always just tell me. I think I might need this for all the small bits like the rope, but I will need the bigger brush for the larger portions. And that the pallid bone on pallid bone for this rope bit onto the skirt is gonna look a little similar. There's no going around that. But I think the way I will distinguish it is I will use some washes and highlights later. Again, I am not a skilled enough painter to do anything crazy. I rely on speed paints a lot, and dry brushing a lot. Which dry brushing is great, but it can only get you so far. Okay. I'm gonna try to figure out, looking at my monitor here, figure out where the best place to rest is, so that I can paint without contorting myself at a crazy angle, but you guys can still see. No, the good thing about this being like a, in my opinion, underworld coded character is that I can make it like messy. I don't have to be prim and pristine and proper for all this. If, you know, I paint outside the lines every now and then, it's okay, because it's a caretaker of the underworld. Again, at least in my imagination. You know, I get all these minis from these modelers on my mini factory, and a lot of them do have like lore and stats and stuff like that. And I guess I should go and figure all that out, but that would only be relevant if I was using this guy in any games, which I'm not. Right now I'm just painting him for fun. But you know, he'll be in my mini cabinet just in case I ever get the urge or You know, he could act as like a. I think his base is a 3x3, so a huge. Could act as like, or maybe it's a 2x2. Act as like a celestial of some kind, like a Deva or a Planetar or something. I think that'd be kind of cool. I'm singing with the music, so it's probably way off for you guys. I apologize. Okay, that's him so far. Again, I'll... Got a little bit. Focus, please. It looks a lot wetter on camera than it actually is. That's okay. Okay, I'm going to move to a bigger brush just so I have more coverage when I'm doing his skirts here. And what I might end up doing, yeah, I think this would be kind of cool, is I also have this hardened leather tone. I might do like the flesh tone for the top and then near the bottom wet blend in this hardened leather. It's always a risk to try to wet blend speed paints, in my opinion. Or at least I'm not good at it, so. But I feel more comfortable wet blending speed paints than I do like regular paints, which is kind of weird, but you know, it's kind of fun. I think I did end up favoriting this this particular song on Spotify, just because it comes up like every stream, I feel like. That's okay. Even though I have shuffle on. Oh well. Ooh, I think my brush might have been a little too wet there. I also have my medium out here, but I wouldn't be bringing that out until we work with non-speed paint colors, which again, I don't even know if we're gonna get to tonight, but just in case, it's good to have on hand. Might get a little bit of this onto the metallic keys. That's not really an issue because I'll probably be going over the whole thing with like a wash later to make it like dirty and grimy and stuff like that. So a little bit of this tone color gets over the keys and I'm not worried. Super worried about the base of this either, just because again we're gonna come back and reapply a darker color there in the recess. And then I'll also see here on the edge, oh, you can't really see that, but here that'll also help blend if I make any mistakes of like having the brown from the key base and the brown from the skirts and the rube. Okay, good first pass. Again, it'll look very, very wet because it is, and it'll probably show up even wetter on camera, but that's where we're at right now. Okay. And this skirt, I think, will definitely benefit from some dry brushing after the fact to hit kind of the highlights or the high points of these fabric folds and stuff, and on this rope here. suppose it would help if I were painting on stream, huh? Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to hit that rope with like a dry brush of white after the fact. That'll really make those ridges pop. Adjust the light a little bit so it's not directly in my face. In fact, try to get it closer to the... There you go. Okay. Did a first pass on all that. I think now would be a good time to pour out my pour out that brown, that hardened leather. Just more speed paint. And we'll get a fresh brush for this. Not super worried about the blending, not super worried about it going over on that key side. I will be a little bit more careful over here on it by his foot. I like the gray color they've got down here. I might use the brown up on his beard as well. It's either going to be the brown or like a stark white. Not worried about that blending. Although, should I be? Nah, it's fine. Can always fix it in the dry brushing stage. I think a wash over the whole thing will help blend between those as well. Okay. There we go. Really should have the water on this side, but that's okay. That's good base. Now we just blend it up. Not a bad start. We'll move around a little bit because this speed paint, especially if it's been thinned a little, which I have been using some wet brushes, takes a while to dry, and I don't want to apply another coat just yet. I might want to do that up here. Although that might also wait until after I get done with the wash. I was going to say move on to another color, but I do realize I said I was going to do his beard. I might as well... Do I do the key too? No, the key's going to be like a wood brown, and this is more like a leather brown. So we'll hold off on that. I'll just do the beard. We'll commit to having a brown bearded fella. I can relate. Actually, my beard's more red than brown. Usually. That is a lot of speed paint. Oh boy. Let me just put this here and try to wipe some of that off. So that it doesn't bleed down. Ooh, it's bleeding down anyway. You know what, I can always go back and repaint his little gorget there. What I was doing is, it's a little hard to see, but the beard color got down onto this like neck guard that he has. Okay. And I got up onto that as well. Again, not a great mini painter. But that's okay. You didn't come here to watch me be great at mini painting. Okay. What else do I want to be that color? I kind of want the ropes around his... No, those ropes can still be that. I'm gonna make the ropes around his, that connect his little face mask around his... Oh, dang. It's hard to do. Hard to do one-handed. Try not to get my head in the frame while I... Although I probably inevitably did. Well, I grabbed that off the floor. Okay. I said around his head we want to be like that rope color, so that's what we will do. And again, not worried about any bleed over. It's going to be taken care of when we apply the color for his robe. So he should be good. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then for his robe, I think I might want to do like a... Just go here. Put all these back in. Just to need to take them out again. But for his robe, I like I said, I like the idea of a purple. If I just use this Hive Dweller purple speed paint, which I plan to, it's going to be way too light. So I will probably do what I did with the skirt for the robe, where I have a like purple that I work down from the top, and then I might work all the way to the bottom, and then have this Gravelord Gray, which is like just a dark speed paint. Work that from the bottom up. Try to blend that a little bit. And kind of just see where we go from there. And then I did actually bring out some non-speed paint, lighter purple, in case I want to use that. Oh, and some black that also just fell on the ground. Just move my feet around to grab that. Get that flip-flop feet content on Twitch for free. You're welcome. Or it might have been blocked, thankfully. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna wait for that the bottom of that robe to dry up all the way. So in the meantime, we will get started on, or sorry, bottom of the skirt. In the meantime, we will get started on the robe. Now, I should probably be using speed paints. See, I hear conflicting things about like whether you use speed paints, or I guess I don't hear conflicting things. I don't know for certain, whether you should use speed paints on a wet palette or not. Everyone I've ever seen do it uses them just like on a dry palette. But I worry sometimes, when I'm working, and this is kind of the risk of using speed paints, but one of the downsides is they dry up so fast. So like by the time we come back to do that brown again, we might need to pour more paint, which is fine. It's just kind of annoying. Okay. Okay, so wet brush, not super wet. Purple. This is like a moment of truth because this top of this head crown area, there's so much going on. I don't want it to bleed too much, so just start with a little. I say a little, that's still quite a bit. Get that off. I also find some of the speed paints, well, consistency to be inconsistent, if that makes sense. Like some of the colors are a little more runny than others, and some of them are a little more stiff. And this is just the first speed paint line from Army Painter. I know they made a second one, which was pretty cool. Or seems pretty cool from the vids that I've been watching. But also, I'm not going to drop another triple digits on new paints when I don't use the ones I have enough. Because I think you can get the whole, like, or at least when they were first coming out, you can get the whole line for over $100. Okay, that's a good start. And we'll keep working on the hood. I'll have to keep watching the stream for sure, because like I said, I busted out my old GoPro for this for the first time. My GoPro, busting out all the old equipment, got my GoPro and my Elgato to capture the GoPro. And I should probably have the GoPro plugged in, but I don't. We're kind of just going on GoPro battery now, so we'll see how long that lasts. I do have a battery swap if I need to hot swap that in the middle of the stream, which I would like to avoid doing, but we'll see. Hopefully, because I'm just streaming it, I'm not recording it. It lasts a while. We'll see. And I guess if I do hot swap, I can start charging the one I swapped, right? And hope it gets fully charged before it's needed again. Who's to say, though? Okay, that's a good start on the hood. I don't hate that. I mean, I actually really, really like that purple color. I don't know how it's coming across on stream. You can't. There's not enough to show off yet, but I'm thinking it looks pretty good. It's kind of ironic. We're totally swapped now. I had an impromptu Saturday stream where I just streamed some Baldur's Gate. I didn't even stream for my full 2 hours. And now here on Tuesday, which would normally be my gaming stream, we're doing a creative stream instead. But that's okay. I got excited because I got one of the pieces of equipment I needed to hook my GoPro up to my Elgato in the mail today. And I thought, hey, I don't want to wait to test this out. So here we are testing it out. And who knows? Maybe I should stream with it more often. I might get a real table next time, because this, tiny TV tray is not great. It's also kind of short for me. Let me actually adjust my sitting level a little bit. That way I'm not so hunched over. But yeah, if this goes well, maybe keep streaming mini painting. Just because maybe that would be enough to actually get me to paint all my minis. Like any good mini painter, I have a total pile of shame. Just a bunch of models that are gray and gathering dust, or in various states of painting. Okay, let's kind of feather this out. Trying to be careful here, so if you can't quite see it perfectly, I apologize. I'm just trying to work around this these edges a little bit. This is like, I know still probably in the chill pop category, but I feel like I'm like going to like I'm attending a motivational speakers conference or something. Empowering you. Empower us to empower you. Your values, your goals. Oh, is Seuss on stream? Barely. He's right over there. He's coming to say hi. Just as long as he doesn't say hi by messing any of my paint up. He can go mess with that. That's my belt. And a magazine on the couch. Oh, and down he goes. Hi, buddy. Okay, that's a good temporary stopping point just to show you guys progress, because I know it's been a while since I checked in. I set that down, set that in there. So here we are with the purple. Like I said, I like it. That's what we're at on the back. We've still got a lot of the back robe to do. And then it's going to be hell, but that interior part here is going to be hard to get to. We'll see. But that is a good step in the right direction. So we'll keep going. I'm going to risk it with the bigger brush here. Just because we got a lot of ground to cover here on the back. And I'm not so worried about the edges. We can save those for a smaller. Just putting paint down. Just getting it applied. I wonder if there's like a Bob Ross mini painter. I guess Goobertown Hobbies, kind of. But who's to say? Or maybe I found my calling. No, I'm not good enough to be a Bob Ross. Now, if they started airing it again on PBS, whew, I'd do it on PBS. I'm definitely going to be blending in some of that gray here at the bottom. I don't hate the purple all the way down, but it is a little too monotone for my liking. So we'll see where that leaves us. Oh, Seuss is up. Hey, buddy. What you doing? He's like just on the other side of the camera here. Oh, there's his whiskers. Coming to say hi? Oh, you come say hi, just don't step on the keyboard. Wow, darling boy. Down you go. Wonder how many professional mini painters have to contend with their cat. Okay, so again, apologies if I'm turning the model away from the camera a little bit. This is another instance where I'm trying to be real precise getting the interior of this robe. Okay. Hey buddy, don't get up there again. Okay, get up there, but don't mess anything up. You're my producer here. I'm relying on you. Okay, you can sit there. He's like my mod, except he's terrible at it. He's a kitty cat with a job. Okay. It's pretty good coverage everywhere on this, I think. Seuss loves to knock over stuff on my desk, and lately his obsession has been my drawing tablet stylus, which it's like if it were anything else I wouldn't have a problem with it, but my man, that would be so hard to replace. Please down. Thank you. I'll move that stuff if you want to chill. Ugh. Oh, darling boy, here you go. There you go. Live production, always a risk. Hopefully, Seuss will now go chill out on that Afghan. Okay, so where are we at? Twitch.tv/McNicknock, of course. Heyo, shameless plug. This is where we're at. It looks really, really blown out on this camera. I'm gonna try some other stuff. Is that any better? It's a little better. Could try like virtual focus, but that's okay. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna blend in some more here on the bottom of the robe, or bottom of the skirt, and then do the same on the robe on the back. Although again, because that purple dried so fast, it's going to be a little trickier to wet blend the gray into the purple than it is to blend the leather color. So let's get another big brush. Let's do this one this time. Okay, and some browns. Apply that generously to the base. I say generally instead of generously. I meant generously or liberally, and I think I combined them into generally. Whoopsies. That was not my intention. This is going absolutely bonkers in the background. I'm sure you guys can see him. worked from the off or worked at the office today. I didn't work from home, so he probably got a lot of pent-up energy from me not being here to play with him all day. And then additionally, I went to vote after work today, so I got home a little later than usual. Thankfully, my work was cool and let me go out a little bit earlier to go vote, but I still got home at a later time than usual. Okay, that's looking pretty good, at least to me. It'll look even better once those layers dry. Absolute madman. Trying to figure out, do I want to apply anything to the undercowl? At least he can entertain himself, right? Anything to the undercowl here, or if I just want to move on to that gray. I think I just want to move on to the gray and wait for the dry brushing to really liven up that undercowl part. So actually, while I have the miniature brush out here, I'm gonna touch up a couple spots on this purple here at the arm. That's not too bad. Okay. And I like the purple and gold contrast. So I was originally thinking I would just leave the his little key, or his big key, I suppose, like this silvery color. But I like how much this gold is contrasting with his purple robe. So I might actually paint that gold to have that bigger contrast. I think it looks pretty good that way. Or I think it will look pretty good that way. Alright. Go ahead and wash all that purple out. And then need to pour a new color. I ended up pouring way too much purple, which is a shame, but c'est la vie. I can use it to blend down if I need to. Alright. So now we got this Gravelord Gray, which we're gonna apply generally. Liberally and generously here to the base of the robe here. I don't mind if it reactivates the purple at all. That will just help blend it a little bit more. Start to work it up. I don't know how high up I want to go. This purple's already pretty dark, to be honest, so. I don't think I'm going to try to apply that on the interior. That seems like a skill that's outside of my skill set. Damp but not wet brush to kind of try to blend this up. Okay. Should end up with something very dark there at the bottom, at the base. Go into something lighter up at the top. Yeah. Again, it probably doesn't come across that great on the camera. Does it look any better when I turn this off by any chance? No, not really. Actually, it looks worse. Much harder to see. I need to tweak my my GoPro settings. Again, first time using it in years, I think, and I never really got that familiar with it. But I think I have some light balancing modes on right now that are kind of working against me. Hopefully, you know, I'll have all that figured out and something a little nicer for next time I attempt to stream like this. We'll see. Okay, what's next? We could do some highlights, some dry brushing, or we could rebase that key. I think I might want to rebase the key and then color like the key haft and then this base, make that brown, and then color this top part gold. And then after that, we can either wash or highlight, and we can kind of do those in either order. Let's, for now, just so I don't have to get up, let's get the key rebased, or the brown rebased for the key, because I'm going to have to get up and go to my craft room to grab the gold. So now we're gonna bust out the wet palette. Oh my. Judge my wet palette application technique. Okay, that's actually not that bad. Oh, but I had purple on my... Did I have purple on my... Oh, it must have bled onto it from the... Oh well. Oh well. Bled onto it from this. Okay, let's get some brown. Actually, first things first, let's get some medium down. Shake that up a little bit. Don't need much of that. Now let's give it some brown. Ooh, that came out fast. Whoopsie doodle. Which brush do I want? I'll try that one. And this will definitely benefit from the washes that we apply, because this I think is going to be very, very light brown when it comes down to it. Very, very light. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is like milk chocolate. That is definitely going to need some washes to help darken it up. Also looks like it might need more than one coat of coverage, which is not a bad thing. Also not to be unexpected. Ooh. Is this brown going to be able to cover the silver? We'll see. Silver's going to be pretty strong. This brown is a little thinner. Maybe I didn't shake it up enough. A little thinner than I was expecting it to be. It's even before I mix the medium in. Mentioning earlier about how this guy has like a 3x3 base. With a lot of these minis that I get from 3D printing sites and modelers, I appreciate that they make the base a separate object to print, because honestly I like the bases, don't get me wrong, and they do a really good job with them, but they end up being so much resin, and I could print them on an FDM printer, but then they look a little weird because they're like different textures and stuff like that. So I've actually experimented with either using my FDM printer to make just like generic bases, and then using like terrain scatter and stuff like that on those bases, or just entirely making the bases out of like foam and like terrain buildings scrap and stuff, which I think is a fun process in and of itself. Okay, so that's what that's looking like. Yeah, it looks a lot brighter on stream than it does IRL. Yeah, it looks like milk chocolate dookie almost. Oh well. We can darken it up too if we need to. Which we're gonna do via washes, but I might do the next coat. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Next coat, let's bring out our black. Darken up this brown just a hair. Black over here, by where the white will go. Alright, so let's grab some black. Yeah, that's a pretty good. Oh, it's still a little dark. Yeah, it's pretty good. That's much better. Much better. Okay. I'm gonna put this on a be right back screen just for a moment while I go and grab that gold paint. So I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. We got some Retribute Our Armor from Citadel. Gonna wipe off that brush. Shake that up before we use it. Alright. Don't need much of that, I don't think. Maybe just like 2. Some people have like very meticulously planned out palettes and stuff. Nah, not me. Not even in like non-mini painting spheres. Let's grab some medium. Mix that in. Cover up that silver. You know, it's probably the paint as well, but the gold just covers that silver so much better than the brown did. But also, I have to consider that silver is actually a really good base for painting gold usually, and that's what all these, you know, other gold and brass treatments on this this particular model were based with the same plate metal, gunmetal. I don't remember what it's called, plate metal or gunmetal gray or some, or iron or something like that. Yeah, so same idea as I've already based them. That makes it look like not a mistake, but a plan. Mistakes are just plans we didn't know about, though, right? Some more of that, if Bob Ross were a mini painter wisdom, right? Okay, how are we feeling about that? Are we feeling good? I'm feeling pretty good about that, to be honest. I am not hating any of that. So, just for context, that's how he's looking now. A couple spots in here I still need to apply some of that armor, or Retributor armor. But honestly, it's off to a really good start. Okay, can I get his Gorget? I think that's what that's called. The thing around his neck. I think it's called a gorget or a gorget. Yeah. Just paint it gold. It looks like it was intentional that I used too much brown earlier. Oops. A little bit of that got on his robe. But we're not painting to win any contests anytime soon, so. I did get 3rd place in a painting contest once. In a mini painting contest, which was pretty cool. Considering, again, I don't think I'm a particularly great mini painter. But he's big, well, he was big on Twitch for a time, I think, or maybe not big, but I certainly discovered him through Twitch or through friend's recommendation. Is one of the guys, I think his name is Miguel Zavala, but he goes by like MZ4254 or something like that. I support him on Patreon. He's the guy who's like modeling basically everything, or he started out by just like modeling every monster in the monster manual, and then released all the STLs for free, which is pretty cool. But on his Patreon, he hosts like painting contests. I don't know if it's monthly or what. I certainly don't enter it monthly, but it's basically like, hey, take my models, print them, and paint them, and then we'll have a contest. And they're usually like themed around something. So there was one month that was like giants, and I was trying to be clever, and I was like, oh, people are just gonna do like the stereotypical D&D giants. So I did a giant kin. I did a I always want to call them yokai. That's not right. An oni. That's what it is. I did an oni. And that got me 3rd place. And I don't think it was like even a particularly great paint job. I just think for the fact that it was unique and not very many people were doing things like Oni, might have led to a little bit in my favor. So I was just pretty happy with that. All right, we're gonna do some dry brushing now. I think I want to start with dry brushing his robe. So let's dry brushing some highlights. So that means we need to mix up some lighter colors. So I got white here as well as purple. And those are going to be some of the, oh, that purple is very thin. What the hell? Oh, the purple has a little crack in the lid. Okay, let's try that again. A little better consistency. Okay. And we'll take the big brush to do the high points. Let's mix up the color first. A lot of white and some purple. More white. I'll just work in stages. I don't know if you should apply medium to a color you're going to use as dry brushing color. I don't know how that works, but alright, so I think I got a solid amount of this very light. Yeah, it's not white enough. It's a little better. And dry brush, so we brush most of it off. It's almost like a lavender or a pink. And let's just start here. Be brave. Yeah. suppose I should be kind of dry brushing on stream. We don't need to dry brush all the way down his robe, but that's the start of kind of what we're looking at. Seuss is making an appearance on stream again. I need to change my browser window real quick because that is getting in the way. Oh, Seuss found his comfy spot. Alright, let's keep dry brushing down a little bit. Just kind of blend that out. I think that's a pretty good... Because again, I want it darker, definitely darker here at the base, so we don't need to dry brush nearly as much when we get down here to the end, just maybe the edges. That's a good start. And wash this off, because this will definitely be the brush that we use for most of our dry brushing, I think. Really open up those bristles. I wonder how bad the audio is when I dry these brushes. I apologize in advance. Or I guess after the fact, because... In advance to me, because I haven't heard what the stream sounds like yet. Advance to me after the fact. But the brush cleaner is closer to the microphone than I am. So. Alright, we will just do we want to do brown for the highlights on that? Or like a light brown or just a white? Let's try both of them. Let's get some white out here. And just a little bit of brown. More like a mocha. Most of it off. And then dry brush. I think I actually brushed too much of it off that time. Unfortunately. Unless what I'm looking for is more of a highlight than a dry brush. Which is possible, but... I want to bring out some of the detail here at the base of the skirt, but I worry that if I use too much of this dry brush, it kind of undoes the what we were doing to darken it up compared to the top. Okay, that's not bad. It's looking alright. Might as well also apply that to the... It's a little darker. Key. The wooden part of the key, at least. That's actually... It's not really adhering because I think that that key is not totally dry yet, so I might come back to that. Yeah, let's come back to that. And I think I'm just gonna do like a pure white on the top. Ooh. Shaking the table, so mic probably sounds bad again. Honestly, my worry might be unfounded. We might be totally good on the GoPro battery. I was just a little worried about it, to be honest. Of course, I've only been streaming for an hour 12, and I had it on for maybe like 20 minutes prior to that. So we still got some time left. I think I don't know if I'm going to get totally done with this model tonight on stream, but there's definitely going to be some stuff I want to do, some cleanup I want to do after the fact. So, alright, let's just get some white onto our brush. Just total white. And thin it out. Or not even thinned out, just white. And brushed off, and then do a dry brush up here. It's not too much. Don't think I brushed enough off. I think we can fix with the wash. A little bit of that pure white onto his flash as well. Flesh we're gonna definitely... So I have this flesh wash. So I have like 3 different washes here. I have a flesh wash, I have a strong tone, and I have a dark tone. I'm definitely gonna be using the dark tone on a lot of the metal, and I'm going to use the strong tone on a lot of the fabric. I don't know if I want to use the flesh wash on his skin or not, because I'm worried it might actually lead to it looking a little too warm. And again, I want it to look like... Oh! Well, speak of the devil, I think my webcam just ran out of juice. Alright, hot swapping. Live. Come here. Alright. Thankfully, like I said, I had another battery on hand. But this thing's been doing pretty good. Pretty proud of this little guy. Considering it's the first time either the GoPro or the Elgato has seen any use lately, to be honest. Lately being, you know, years and years. Alright, let's try this again. Put you back in there. Hopefully I didn't adjust that too much. And we'll find out. Cool. Might have to refresh this a little bit. Okay, can I see my hand? Not yet. Boop. And boop. Oh, my Elgato capture is struggling. Let me just try this way. Elgato. Deactivate. Activate. Hey, is that my hand? That's live. Nice. Okay, I don't even know where we left off. Okay, we're back in business though, so let's adjust a little bit. Okay, so I think at this point I just gotta do some washes, which I don't think I need the wet palette for. I'm liking the level of dry brush on the robe. I might come back to the level of dry brush on the skirt, but that doesn't have to be right now. Okay, I don't need this big brush for the washes either. Let's just wash that. Man, that water was clear when we started. So that's the point of that. Oh, okay, so let's take that and let's start with a dark tone. And like I said, we're gonna put that on all the metals, bring that down a little bit, and then I'll have to decide where exactly the strong tone is going. Like I said, it's probably going on a lot of the fabrics. I might also apply it to the wood. We'll see. And so first is dark tone on, yeah. And this might come across as like totally imperceptible on the stream. So I'll apologize in advance, but it makes such a big difference on the model IRL. All these washes really, really help in that regard. All this guy's keys to various doors in the underworld. At least that's, again, my headcanon. I'm excited. So, speaking of the underworld, I was listening to a musical today. Well, I've been kind of not obsessed, but definitely digging a couple musicals lately. One has been Hotel. It's been really good. I'm a little sorry it all dropped at once, or I think it all dropped at once. Maybe it dropped twice, and I just binged it because now, now we gotta wait until whenever the heck they make another season of that. But what got me thinking about musicals was the Underworld comment, because I was listening to Epic, the musical, which is I don't know if it's considered independently produced or self-produced or what. It's not like a Broadway musical or anything like that. It's not like a TV musical. And I think it's just great. It's fantastic. And the Circe saga dropped. Was it just this month? No, or just last month? It was fairly recent. And they're kind of like dropping episodically. Or maybe not episodically, but intermittently. And the next one to come up will be the Underworld saga, and for those not in the know, the Epic the Musical is basically a retelling of the story of Odysseus. I don't recall if Odysseus in mythology ever actually went to the Underworld. I honestly don't remember that part of the Odyssey, but I think it's pretty cool regardless. Okay. So that's a step in the right direction. Let's get a different brush for the strong tone. Tone indicator strong. Oof. How long have we been up for? Hour 20? I don't know if I'm going to make it to the 2-hour mark tonight. I'm a little tired today. Worked out, you know, between getting out of work a little later and then also because I got out of work a little later, I didn't go to the gym, but I did do some body weight exercises here at home. And I am a little bit tired. I did that like just before I started streaming. I might just shut up and paint for a while until someone mentions something in stream. Kind of just zen right now. Listen to much of that, taking too much, the advice too much to heart from that, sound bite in the song, entering the meditative state. In which case, I will turn the volume of the music up a little for you. There we go. Hopefully, since I'm using Chill Hop now, my music won't get muted. I made the mistake of trying to use the YouTube audio library, which is fine to use on YouTube, but I use that on stream. And on Twitch, again. Oh, let's see if I regret this. Pretty sure the flesh wash will dry a little later. It's kind of what I'm looking for. Guess I could have gotten with the blue tone. Done the same thing. Live and learn. So do you think face painted all this flesh with that gray color was able to mistakes are just plans we didn't know about. Okay, forget the little feetsy. Then I applied way too much wash force. We'll blend that out good. Okay. What do you think? There's a couple more things I might change about him. Yeah, you really can't see him now. That white up behind him. That might be in my hand. That's what the back of the robe looks like. I'll try it again with the light on. Different angle of view, a little better. Not by much. And said, one or two things I might go back and touch up on, but that's like detail work. I'm not really worried about showing everything on stream. But yeah. Just adjust this so it's actually at a better angle. We can appreciate them together. And that's how we can end the stream. Right. There we go. That's not too bad. I think this will be a better angle for next time. And this was good as a figuring out what works for these kinds of streams. Because honestly, I did not hate this experience. I think this was a lot of chill, fun time. So yeah. I think we'll just leave it there. Go back a little bit so he's a little more focus. But yeah, we'll see what the next stream holds. Turn the audio down here so you can actually hear me. We'll see what the next stream holds. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming on Friday again, back to my old schedule, or if I might stream before then, in between. Kind of just loosey-goosey right now. I think if I do stream again sometime this week, it probably won't be another creative stream, or if it is, I don't think I'm going to be doing mini painting again. Like I said, I liked this. It's just a lot of setup, and I might want to move around some parts of my desk, some parts of my computer setup, all that kind of stuff before I attempt this again. So, yeah, that's kind of where it's at. This VOD will be posted not long after I wrap the stream up. So, as always, you can check it out on YouTube. Yeah. This was a lot of fun, and we ended up with a pretty cool looking miniature at the end of it. And goodness knows, I have like I said, a whole pile of shame to get through after that. So expect more mini painting sometime in the future on this stream, on this channel. All right, bye.